All right, so Python. You can use Python in a lot of different ways. I recommend downloading it and then using like VS Code or something. But just for simplicity, just for this one time, let's just go to Python compiler and just use anything you see. I'm going to use online Python. You could use Programmers. Basically, all of these work probably, but I just like online Python. It's the better one. And so here we are. Let's just get rid of all this because it's useless. And make our first line of code, which is literally just a comment. And it'll say, this is a comment. All right, so comments aren't used, or by the compiler anyway. They're used by us, the programmers, to see what's happening. And I would definitely recommend to comment your code a little bit just so you can tell what's happening. If you leave and then you come back a day later and you're really confused about what the heck is going on in your code, what kind of magic did you just write, then there you go. You've got those comments and they'll help you out. Next thing is printing. Print hello world, just because you have to. It's just a thing you write. I don't know. Someone did it. Someone started it, and now everyone does it. Print hello world, and now it's gonna say hello world. So this up here, this area is where you write your code. Down here is where the code does its stuff. Well, in this anyway. It's just a terminal. It just says text. It's kind of boring, but that's what we're doing. So there you go. Print hello world, and let's get rid of that because no one wants to print hello world. And now for the juicy stuff. 1 plus 1. Now, we all know 1 plus 1 is 2. Luckily, that's what Python knows. So if we just print this, then Python will actually say 2, which is amazing. It'll actually just say it. You don't have to do anything special. Just say 1 plus 1, it knows it's 2. Which means that if I say, is 1 plus 1 2? 1 plus 1 equals 2? That is true. Wow. So that gives us a Boolean. Booleans are either true or they're false. And in this case, it's true. And it makes a Boolean because of this equal sign here. So that's 1 plus 1. We can make a variable that's just equal to 1 plus 1. And now if we say the variable here is variable equal to 2, it's going to say true because 1 plus 1 is 2. So let's just print variable. Do you think it's going to print variable or is it going to print 2? It prints 2 because variable is equal to 2, and therefore anytime that we say variable, it's going to say, oh, you're just saying 2. Cool. Now, if you wanted to just say 1 plus 1, you actually just wanted to say 1 plus 1, then it's going to say 1 plus 1 here because I put it in these things here. I forgot what they're called, but they make it into a string. I'm good at English. Okay. So yeah, 1 plus 1 in these things is actually 1 plus 1. I could say anything in this. I could say Bazinga, wow, amazing, and it's Bazinga. Wow, that's so cool. Great. That's what I want to be doing with my coding time. But there's something even cooler. What if I want to say Bazinga 100 times? For number in 10. Is that going to work? I don't think it will, but let's see. Nope, it doesn't like it. Let's just say for number in 1, 2, 3. So that should do it 3 times. Bazinga, bazinga, bazinga. Oh yeah, amazing. This is a list of numbers, and it just goes 1, 2, 3. Easy. If I printed number, it would print 1, 2, 3. But I don't want to print number. I want to print bazinga, and I want to print it 100 times, not just 3 times. So I'm going to say this super cool thing that ChatGPT, Python made. And it's called range. And you can just put any number in here. You could say 1,000,000. I'm not going to say 1,000,000 because the computer's probably going to die. It's not going to be very happy with us if we just say 1,000,000. So now we can just say Bazinga 100 times. just say range and whatever number you want. I'm gonna put some more zeros in there, and now it's gonna take a little bit of time. There we go. You've got all the Bazingas you'd ever need. Computers are amazing, aren't they? Okay, so we've got this, but what if you just want to print the number? Ooh, number from 1 to 100. But it doesn't go from 1 to 100. No, it goes from 0 to 99. Ouch. Not great. Let's just say 101. And there. So it will go to 100, starting at 0. Great. Amazing. Nice. But what if, just hear me out, we had a for loop in a for loop. This is amazing. It's going to do it so many times. Oh yeah. It goes from 0 to 100 so many times. But the problem is that this number right here and this number right here is the same thing. So they're kind of canceling each other out. So instead of that, let's just say this is like x and this is y, and we do x plus y. Now it's gonna do some weird stuff. It goes to 200 at the end, and it goes from 0, 100, 0, 100, but plus the ultimate 0 to 100 in the x. Wow, that's so cool. So slowly over time, it goes smaller and smaller until finally, 1 second. Finally, it hits 0 right at the top. Amazing. So you can even have for loops in for loops. So cool. Let's just comment that out and have that for later, just for fun. And look at all this room. Amazing. What could we possibly do with all this room? Well, one thing we could do is we could have a function. So the wonderful world of functions. Define function, and this function is just gonna say function. Wow, most original function I have ever seen in my life. Let's just call this. So I'm just gonna explain it real quick. DEF means it's a function. Okay. This is the name of the function. The name of a function can be anything you want to be. It could be feed 1,000 gorillas, and it would work. Just don't say 1,000 like this. Say 1,000 like this. But I'm not gonna do that. Okay. There we go. This is where you put any small inner variables. I'll talk about that later. And now this is where you put any of the code you want to write whenever you say function. So just kind of in your mind, replace this with literally everything in here. So what's actually happening is this. And so now it just says function. Easy as that. So what can I do inside of here? Well, let's just say we're gonna import time. Don't worry about this. Basically, it just allows us to do some extra cool stuff. And I'm gonna say time.sleep. And that's just gonna wait for a bit. Let's just say half a second. So this is kind of like saying, computer, just wait around for a half a second. Just don't do anything. Just wait. And then I'm just gonna print it again. So it's gonna print function, and then it'll print function again. Just a half a second after that. If I make this longer, it'll wait a little longer. Very cool. Amazing. That's nice. That's neat. What if, just hear me out. For I, or a letter in function, print letter. That's gonna make the letters go out. Oh, all spread out. We don't want that. Instead of that, end equals blank. Boom. Easy as that. Now it's not gonna make a new line. It's just gonna make it into its own little thing. So this is just saying, don't let the end be a whole new line. Just put nothing in between them. If I want to, I could make this anything. I could make a space in there, and it's gonna be a space. I could put 7 spaces in there, and it's gonna have 7 spaces. But I just want to have nothing because that's what I want. Now here's the cool part. What if I time.sleep in between the letters? let's just say 0.01. And now it's like a, ooh, super fast typewriter. Or if I do 0.1, it'll be a kind of like, you know, like in the olden days with the olden day typewriters going nice and slow, right? Kind of looks like that. But this, I can make this anything. I can make this anything I wanted. I could even make this say an elephant drinking water. And now it's gonna print out an elephant drinking water. Wow, look at those graphics. 10 out of, that's AAA quality right there. Okay, so we've got that, but I want to make it say what I want to say, not whatever I have to put into here. So instead, I'm going to say word. Word, yeah. And now I could say word here. And now this word will be whatever I want to be here, right? So here is where I set it, not in here anymore. So here I could say, ooh, and now it's gonna print, ooh, like that. Wow, I'm gonna change this function name to print with an S, sprint, because it's sleep typing it, right? So now if I sprint, ooh, it's gonna, I know how to spell sprint. Yep, perfect. And now it's gonna say, ooh, first try. Now this is really cool. I could do a for loop of my sprint. So for letter in, oh, maybe not letter, maybe word in. And now let's make another list. So whenever we say a bracket, that means it's a list, okay? And we could say ooh, and then ah, and then e. Oh, e. Perfect. And now, if I just sprint word, it's gonna do all of them. I don't want that to be like that. So at the end of this for loop, I'm gonna say print, and that's just gonna make a new line. So ooh, ah, e, nice. And you know what I could also do is I could do time.sleep, let's just say 1 second, so in between every sprint, there's gonna be a second. Ooh, ah, e, nice. So this is a list, okay? Lists are separated by commas, okay? And there's these square brackets here that wrap it all together. So these square brackets, all they mean is that it's a list. You could have anything in here. You could even have numbers in here. But this sprint function won't do too good with a number, so I'm just not going to worry about that. You could even have true or false. You could have anything you want. Anything in your heart's desire you want in a list, you can have that in a list, okay? You can have a list of true or false statements. It'd just be 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, and you'd look like a real programmer, I can assure you. And now if I just print this, ooh, ah, e, wow, that's just amazing. And if you want to get rid of the sprint function but still have it, you just don't want to see it because it's just ugly, it's disgusting. You don't want that in there anymore. You just do that, perfect. Now you can just worry about what you really want to be looking at. And let's just comment the sprint thing and just say, I don't know, this says stuff slow. Nice. So later on, I'll know what sprint does, even though I have it closed. So that's Python right there. That's everything you'd ever need to know. Maybe not really, but you know, you can print stuff. You can have for loops. You can print more stuff. You can print it slowly even. There's all these libraries. You can import time. You could import other stuff too. Do be careful though, because let's say you want to sprint word again, but this time you accidentally put a space. Python's not going to want that space. Just use tabs. Makes it all easier. Easy as that. Python is just a little bit annoying about that. It really cares about its tabs and its spaces. So just be consistent about that. Make sure not to mess it up or Python will be very annoyed with you. I don't know. I hope you got a little bit of value in this video. If you want to learn more about Python, I don't know if you want to subscribe. Maybe just go to another channel. I might make something about how to make an app or a website. I don't know. We'll see. In the meantime, see ya.